Hey guys! So I know it's going to take a few minutes for people to climb back up in here, but hi, welcome. I am Island Turtle. This is BOMISpirit, and this is Aloha Friday. Sorry, just doing some stuff with my hair real quick. We also got a kitty cat on the table. This whole weird glitchy thing that keeps happening with the live, I don't really know what to do about it, so I guess we're just going to ride it out until it rectifies itself or just stops being a problem. I don't know. I've continued to have like really weird tech stuff happening. But alas, it just kind of is what it is. But if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Over here for Aloha Fridays, we hang out, we connect. I know some of you like to catch up with each other in the chat. We do some channel messages, we pull cards, and it's a very casual thing. Now, excuse me, as far as any messages that are exchanged, delivered, received, just treat that as, practicing your discernment. And if it's for you, it's for you. You would already know that. I don't think there really needs to be much explained there. If the messages are for you, they're for you, right? So yeah. Anyway, I'm still gonna wait a couple minutes for people to climb up in here from the other one. Central Kentucky. Wow. A most glitchy Friday the 3rd. Oh my God, it is Friday the 13th. Oh my God, didn't even click till right now. Huh. Interesting. It's been a good week. I hope all of you have been having a really amazing week. I know I've been feeling that Jupiter energy and it's been feeling really good. Venus has definitely been nudging me to spend more than I should. Could definitely feel that too. But I'm loving the vibe of the week. I'm just soaking it in. And I hope you guys have been too. I do believe the Venus trine Jupiter aspect is strongest on Sunday, I believe. So if you have any like spontaneous fun plans this weekend, I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm sure it's going to go well, and maybe some really cool magical things will happen. There are a few things that did want to come through, or at least be spoken about before we really get into things. Does this need a timestamp? I just like to free flow. The timestamps sometimes distract me, but something that was coming through a lot as I was getting ready for the live was take it all in, is what kept coming through. Just take it all in, soak up every moment. There is a level of awareness too, which is really just presence that is encouraged as well. How do I explain this? It's like, because they also showed me Jupiter. They're really emphasizing Jupiter very strongly. And I was like, okay, well, makes sense. I know Jupiter's really active this week in a cool way. But even as like they were reminding me of Jupiter and that feeling of optimism, right, that we get from Jupiter, especially with this week, and the good feels that Jupiter can bring us to, it also comes with this expansive kind of feeling, right? The glitch happens to other streamers too. We'll come back to it. I don't really want to focus on it too much. But Jupiter, with its expansiveness and the good feels that we get from it, and the optimism and just really seeing the possibilities, has really been helping a lot of people really open up a lot. Just allowing their own, like to open their mind is really what I was feeling more so, opening the mind, opening the heart. But to just enjoy that. Just enjoy every moment of it. And it does feel like for some people, as like you enjoy it and like you soak up every moment, you also become, it's hard to explain. It's like a hyper awareness, but it's not strained, it's not forced. It's almost like reminds me of like the way eyes dilate. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes the way messages come through are just so crazy to me. Because like the expansiveness, right? Like, like how with the peoples, they like extract, like, kind of, oh my God, I can't speak. They open up, they dilate, and then they like can become pinpoints to let in certain light. It's almost like this hyper awareness can take place. But again, it feels very calm and feels very peaceful if you're allowing yourself to really take in the moments, all the moments. Yeah, it just feels good. I did some things I was avoiding to do this week. Well, that's good. That's a good thing. I have actually been, there's so many like productive things that I had on my list, not just productive, but just things I do genuinely want to do. But I've really been called into that like Jupiter Venusian space, and I've been just taking things very slow. That's the other thing that's coming through too, like, and enjoying the moments. Like, it's okay to go slow. it's okay to enjoy, yeah, just every moment, every second. Anyway, I sound like a broken record. But yeah, so just some things that wanted to be spoken on there. Yeah. So I hope you're just enjoying yourselves. I feel like this week teleported from Sunday to Friday while also slow. Yeah, the timing of this week was weird. Like today's Friday, but I feel like I've been in this week for like 2 weeks. And whatever was going on Monday, Tuesday feels like that wasn't even the same timeline. Like it's a very strange experience in that way. Um, I had a month visit. A month? Wait, a month? Oh, moth. Lord, I can't see. While I was sitting at my desk with me today, I just laid on me there, wait, until I scooped it up and took it outside. I thought that was pretty magical. That sounds magical. I would say that's very magical. Big timeline line shift. Yeah, I think that's been happening a lot to people too. It's like that breath, that lightness that I was emphasizing so much with September. I think we're really in the thick of it, like in such a good way. In such a good way. I want to like bottle this energy. I want to make this energy into a candle and just like soak in it 24/7. But I will enjoy it for while we have it. Things are always likely to change, which is not necessarily bad, right? I think we've all kind of deserved a week of this kind of energy where we just could feel good and a little lighter, right? I do want to get some cards out here. Actually, okay, so before I get into that, so all the glitchy, weird tech stuff. So I did record another Island Turtle Talk episode. I have it. I'm sitting on it though. I'm trying to gauge if I really should post it because I had all this weird tech shit happen. Like, I literally had my camera malfunction and that took like almost an hour to deal with. And then I was good to go, not with the camera I wanted, but I was like, that's fine. Then my mic cut out, then my sound was gone. I literally went through every single device I own and I ended up just recording it on my phone because I just was like so over it. But I do think it was important, but I'm sitting on it because sometimes, when stuff like that happens, it might be a sign that maybe you're not supposed to, right? So haven't decided if I'm posting it yet, but there was a lot that came through and I just ended up doing just pure channeling for like half of it. Excuse me. Will you post part 2 of the Mars in Cancer transit? I will when it's time to record it. I haven't recorded it yet. The parts like for the series, they're not coming out like, how do I want to say, on a set schedule or anything. Yeah, they're not coming out on a set schedule. I'm doing them as it's needed to do the next part. So, when it's time for that, that'll come out. Yeah, the storm knocked the power out a few hours. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, the hurricane. Yeah, I hope everybody's okay. I know that hit Louisiana pretty hard. Will you do the nodal axis shift from Aries to Pisces? Yeah, probably. No guarantees or promises. Like, with all of this kind of work, it's so important for me to be in flow. And if something feels not right, I can't do it. Like, I just can't do it. So I can't like make hardcore guarantees about things like that. I would like to do something about the nodal shift, but it just depends if the energy permits it, if my own bandwidth permits it. So that's what you get over here. We've got some consistent things, but we also get to flow with what wants to come through anyway. So that's just how I work. That's how I roll. Messages come when needed and are spoken when needed. Right. And even for today, I think because everything is really flowing pretty nicely. I know not for everybody, but more so than compared to the previous weeks we had. I don't expect a lot of messages to come through. I mean, even when I tuned in and they were like, just enjoy the moments. Just soak it in. Just soak up every millisecond and just be aware and be present and enjoy. That was really what was just really being emphasized. And then Jupiter was also being referenced, but again, makes sense with the astrology of the week. So I don't expect a lot of messages to come through today, but let's see. Let's see what we got. They're definitely giving me a yes on the Island Turtle Tech episode. So we'll do it. I will get to working on that as far as processing everything. Okay, so where are we going with the collective first? Okay, makes sense. We're going to start with the Star Codes Astro Oracle. Oh, they did make it clear that we're working with Big Bertha today. And there was a card they were showing me. For those who are not familiar, Big Bertha is a combination deck of these two. the Angels and Ancestors deck and the Starseed Oracle. There's a card in there that they were showing me, and it relates to the stars. Thank you. Okay, so this is what today's video is going to be about. The power of wishing. I was really tempted to say manifesting, but I'm so over that word. Just speaking honestly. But that's what manifesting is. It's also wishing. It's like wishes are also desires. They're also hopes. They're yearnings. They are our own whimsy put into action, right? But that's actually what they were just bringing up with that particular card they were showing me. With manifestation, cultivation, wishing, hoping, putting all of these into your reality, right? Like being able to make things happen in your reality is a better way to say it. All of that is co-creation, and all of that is also contingent upon how you view things, right? It's like, how do you view connection with you and yourself, connection with you and your own reality, right? And even connection to all things. It's like, I do feel like people who have that level of awareness of how connected they are to the full extent of their entire reality have probably an easier time manifesting or bringing things into their reality. But this is a good week for that. Even just speaking to the astrology, that I think really supports that, with Venus trine Jupiter specifically. But when we have this level of expansiveness, of joy, of even just whatever's coming out of the heart, or confidence or optimism, again, Jupiter, a lot of great things can happen. That's also why Jupiter just has the nature that it has, right? Interesting. Okay. So this week is about wishing. And I like how playful that feels too, even just saying the word wish. It's time to make a wish. Make a wish, put it out there, see what happens. Have fun with it, play with it. Again, enjoy the moments. Yeah, there's a big emphasis on play, just playful energy. Any messages or insights for the collective at this time? That was fast. Ooh, interesting. So we have 6th house with sustainability, 44, a master number. Why is 6th house coming out here? It is easier to have flow and to have balance when we are enjoying the present and enjoying the moments. That is something they're emphasizing with the 6th house, the balance and the health of your own state of balance. Thank you. It's a weird way that came through. Health feels like the wrong word, but why is that coming through? Something about the word health doesn't feel right here, but I keep wanting to say it. So I'm just explaining to you how I feel with certain things moving through me for you. It's really about the emphasis on the peace found within the harmony. That's really what it's about. But the word health, maybe some of you are redefining health, what health is for you, what healthy looks like to you, maybe even what balance looks like to you. But I keep getting drawn back to health. Something feels redefined there. Something feels like there's a shift there with the understanding or perception or experience of health. Okay. Some of you guys could have found a nicer flow or balance just in your day-to-day life with 6th house being here, because I keep emphasizing Jupiter over and over and over. Anything else for the collective at this time? Aquarius, collaborate. Oh, at 11 too. Oh, the master numbers are coming out today. Yeah, this is a powerful time that we're in. With Aquarius coming out here, some of you are definitely very involved with people right now, or just starting to get very involved with people. I mean, that just screams just a lot of social energy. But this also screams some kind of project too for some of you. So we're definitely picking up on a lot of different collectives within the collective here. Some of you, it's about this redefinition of health or something that is healthier now. It could be an aspect of relationship that maybe you are reestablishing for you in a healthy way. Some of you, it could literally just be like the balance of your everyday life, and especially in terms of work with Aquarius and the 6th house being here. Some of you could have an Aqua 6th house unnecessarily, but I'm just getting like overall, this feels like it's flowing better. This feels like it's a little healthier, whatever that means, and a little bit more harmonized when it comes to how you deal with people, how you deal with your work environment, maybe how you deal with your own health, or even how you deal with the overall flow and structure of your everyday life. But even being pulled into Aquarius, I don't think this Aquarian component of other people is there for everyone. I want to make that very clear. It definitely feels like this is just for a piece of the collective, not for this like global sort of experience that we could be having as a collective. Yeah, I just want to say there's something about this that feels very niche. 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 Some of you are in enjoying the moments. You are also remembering and getting to enjoy things that are unique for you, right? Or maybe even unique aspects of self, unique fractals of self. There's something about the word niche there that really caught me. Like, what is your niche? What is unique to you, specific to you, that you can now enjoy or even explore more? Re-indulge. Like, all of like the re's are coming in here. Get reacquainted with, re-indulge. Oh, reclaim. Reclaim is coming through for some of you there. So yeah, I just want to make this clear. This is not a social experience for some people. I can just feel it very strongly, but I know it's like this is not manifesting socially for a good amount of people, but for other people it most certainly is, where it is like that sense of even fulfillment and purpose that we can get through certain relationships. But it's definitely not everybody, but it's coming down to niche uniqueness. Can I get one more, please? Some of you have stopped using the word boundaries. I don't know why that wants to be said. I think that goes along with the redefinition of what I was feeling too. Maybe you find that that word is not healthy for you in particular, or maybe what you associated with the word boundaries was not healthy, or the way you're practicing that was not healthy. Okay. Can I get one last card, please? Let's see. Ooh, whoa. When you get like one of those houses, like first, 10th, you know what I mean? It's like there are certain houses that just go, oh, wait, because that encompasses like a lot, right? Or has some sort of like just significance. First house, there's a lot of really interesting things about the first house because it's literally the first house, right? But with first house, don't know why I'm talking funny. Coming out here, it does feel like an emergence. But that makes sense, right? If there's this discovery of new flow, right? Yeah, if there's this discovery of new flow, a new way of feeling balanced or harmonized, whether it's showing up in your day-to-day life or what you have deemed healthy, unhealthy, right? Or relationships or even work, if there's new flow, something is emerging. There is an emergence happening. When first house comes out, we associate the first house with identity, ego, the body, first impressions, and we also equate it to new beginnings as well because it's the first of a new cycle. But something feels, I almost want to say blooming even, opening, welcoming, inviting. Like, yeah, it's whatever this new energy is, it feels really good. I think that's the energy we've been feeling this week, but however it's manifesting for you personally, again, could be so many ways, but I can feel the embracing your niche, your uniqueness, and all the ways I described. I can feel the health factor there, redefining health or what healthy is, and boundaries as well. I can see the flow and balance of everyday life. But the emergence is good. The emergence is good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's pull some other cards out here. Before I get to Big Bertha, I am going to go with some elements. I love this deck. So this one is, oh, there it is. The Power of Elements Oracle. All the decks that I use are linked below, so if you're curious, go for that. Okay. So I'm feeling a little bit of what I talked about in the Island Turtle Deck episode, which is like today I need to spend time doing the tech side of things on that. but I do feel like there has been this big push in the collective to do kind of like a mass soul retrieval in a way, a next level soul retrieval. And I think that's part of the discomfort we've been experiencing for the last couple months. And I'm feeling that here with the first house. I would definitely look to your first house and your sixth house just to see what could be going on in there, against the backdrop of the overall astrology and transits that we're experiencing, especially with the full moon Pisces eclipse like right around the corner. I would definitely pay attention with this reading. But anyway, coming back here, yeah, I feel that a little bit. Like there's an emerging out of a timeline or a window or a phase where this like kind of massive soul retrieval has been happening. Okay. Yeah, even the world being there is like really sticking out to me. So, okay, I'm just going to mention what came up in the Island Journal deck episode, and then when it comes out, obviously it'll come out, you get more details. But there has been this, actually, I used the word emergence, I think, in the Island Turtle Talk episode. There has been this emergence of a new level of awareness in the collective, of the collective itself, where there's a lot of people, probably a lot of you, a lot of us who have already been on this, having that experience for a number of years or our entire life of feeling other people, like having that level of empathy. Empathy is part of it, but it's a whole other experience of being aware of the connection of of the collective itself, right? Obviously on an individual level, but because of this new heightened awareness of the collective within the collective, there's also been this new intense, pervasive, invasive wave of the collective fear too, and collective wounds, etc. And so there has been this like intrusive energy for certain people who are highly sensitive. And what it's been doing is it's been aggravating stuff that you've already worked through and it's already been there, right? But maybe it's brought a new level of awareness for you of, oh, maybe I am still affected by that, or just, oh, okay, I have actually navigated that well and I'm okay and I'm fine, I'm cool. But it's also allowed the collective fear and the thoughts and emotions that come with that to be really heightened in volume, right? And how we perceive it, how we pick up on it, how we feel it, how we experience it. And this also would come through stronger with people people who were in your life. And then it became a whole experience of, okay, what's me, what's not me, right? What's real, what's not real. I go into the whole astrology background of that too, but anyway, so just wanting to emphasize that has also encouraged and pushed a lot of individuals in the collective to do a whole new level of soul retrieval. And even with the world being here in the illustration, it's bringing me back to that, the way that I saw it, because I was seeing it like there are these pieces of us, right, just kind of frozen somewhere in time and space in these moments where we needed to come back and retrieve, reclaim, reacquaint ourselves with. But it's through time and space. It's not just within this reality either, right? So I know some people, I know I mentioned it, I was experiencing this too, but I know a lot of other people personally that were encountering different versions of themselves. Dream time was really weird and crazy because it was this next level soul retrieval, but everybody had a little bit more heightened sensitivity to be doing these kinds of things or really perceiving these kinds of things happening because of this next level collective awareness of the collective itself. So all that to say, I just think this ties into that mass soul retrieval I was referencing in the Island Turtle Talk episode. I also do believe that the collective really is in a state now where that veil of their ego, right, that was keeping them from realizing, oh shit, I am you, you and me, you are me, we are one. What I say, what I do has an effect on things around me, right? That awareness is stronger in the mainstream collective. It's a lot stronger, which is also why people are highly sensitive or picking up on a lot more things. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull some cards here. Also, don't forget to like the video if you're in here and you're enjoying it. We got like over 260 people. So please, please, please like the video. Thank you, thank you. Okay. I wish I had processed that Island Turtle Talk episode yesterday now. Anyway, let me get a card for 6th house. Show me more of what's going on in the 6th house. So that's 2 men. have faith for your own healing. Um, you guys hear me talk about holding center a lot. That is being emphasized here. I don't like to beat it a horse if I don't have to, but you know what I mean when I'm referencing to hold your center. It is to hold yourself. It is to fully connect with yourself and be aware of self, right? And not be so influenced or affected by the external reality, but having faith with your own healing. That does feel a little bit like that soul retrieval energy I was talking about, where your ability to really sit with all pieces of you, all fractals of you, and any emotions that come as a result of that will show you, right, what pieces of you are pieces you are disconnected from, or pieces that are still kind of like frozen in time, if you will. Maybe even some pieces that have been keeping you in the past. But it is about recognizing that the past truly is the past, right? You're not in those moments anymore in time and space. You are very much here in the present. It's about bringing yourself back to that awareness. And it is a very empowering stance to be in, state to be in, state of being. Yeah. That's what I'm getting from that. So I'm at Aquarius. Yeah, oh, the possibilities. Yeah. Tell me about Aquarius, please. Am I taking that? No. Okay. Eee. All right. I knew that card was going to come out. Slow down. Notice your surroundings. That's kind of what I was getting before, where it's like take in all the moments, right? Be present with every moment, like soak in any moment that feels good and joyful, and just let yourself be in that. Being in that space also will help you like literally slow down in ways that you need to, especially if you are dealing with anybody at this point. I mentioned this in the astrology for the weekly, that there is a lot of amazing energy this week, but if you are coming from more of like an impulsive place, right? If you're really getting like allowing that excitement, enthusiasm to just get you so revved up, you're just like gung-ho yes to everything. That's a little extreme. That might not work out super great. Might have fun along the way, but might lead to some things that maybe you really do not want to be experiencing. But allowing yourself to just enjoy will allow you to really see that, right? And not fall into that trap of impulsivity. And it's just human nature. It's like when we get really excited and we're just feeling really elated with life, it is easy to get carried away, but slow down. Slow down. And then we have accept diversity. Oh, interesting. Something's coming back up for me. Choose peace as your path. Celebrating differences, respecting differences. This also came up in the Island Trail Talk episode, so yeah, clearly I needed to post it. Anyway, is a really healthy thing. It is a healthy thing. You've been hearing me say this for like the last month or so, that a true collective is the sum of unique parts, right? And I feel like that's really speaking to this. But with the slowdown coming out with accept diversity, I feel like it also is that like have that level of recognition, right? Where other people end and you begin, and also have that recognition of where the differences are, respect them, love the differences for what they are and what they bring uniquely to your experiences, especially if you are obviously dealing with other people, because it can show you something, it can teach you something that you wouldn't have learned otherwise. That's also how we learn, right? It's just exposing ourselves to different places, different people, different cultures, different ideas. That is how we learn. That's also how we grow as a collective. That's why it's important. But it's also important to recognize when some of these differences might be evoking, right, certain emotions, certain feelings that maybe feel kind of prickly. And I think that could guide you more towards the massive soul retrieval we've all been experiencing. But also just recognize when that's happening, that maybe it is time to take a little step back, right? Slow down. Hold on, how do I want to explain this? Bandwidth parameters is what's coming through as I say that. Bandwidth parameters. Like when we deal with other people, we can only meet someone where they're willing to go, right? We can only meet someone in a way where they are willing to be, right? So if on a scale from like, just hang in there with me with this metaphor, on a scale from 1 to 10, if they're really only willing to go to a 3, don't try to meet them at a 6 because they're only willing to go to a 3. right? So recognize that, meet them at the 3, and just appreciate that that's where that goes. That is the parameter of the bandwidth of that situation, that experience, that relationship. That's how that's coming through here. Yeah, don't push the parameters of what is natural in coexistence. Interesting. Very interesting. So again, I think that also comes back to what I was speaking on before with redefining boundaries that some of you are going through, or redefining what's healthy. So very cool. And then we have first house. Can I get a card for first house, please? Why am I getting Taurus? Taurus just came in really, really fast. The first house is normally like it's the Aries house. It's the house of Aries. You could be a Taurus rising, not necessarily, but something about Taurus is coming in here. Why is Taurus in here? I mean, that would allude to Uranus, just where everything's at right now, astrologically. But something about Taurus, something about the bull specifically. Anyway, tell me about first house. Ooh, new idea. Well, that is kind of Uranus, isn't it? Bring your dream to life. Ooh, remember what I said? This feels like an emergence is happening. Well, we do know, right? This is literally speaking to new energy coming through and coming out and being experienced. Oh, I love that. And we even talked about that a little bit earlier too, in the beginning of, wishing, right? Just wish. Make a wish and be playful about it. Act on your wishes. I like this language. I really like this language. I think when we overuse words like manifestation, they become so distorted. Yeah, I don't want to use another word for that. They can become mangled. Like, I feel like energetically they become kind of mangled by how much of the collective is using those words, right? And putting their own interpretation and energy into them. Because again, we're a collective, right? We sense and we feel each other, we affect each other. And that includes like these words that are in the underlying consciousness of the collective as well. So I like this wish. Just make a wish and enjoy it and have fun with it. But I can't get away from Taurus. They said stop fixating. Okay, I won't worry about it. I won't worry about it. I do want to get into Big Bertha though. I'm kind of excited to see what she has to say. Okay. By the way, we have the Clyde-Star. I don't know if you. Oh no, you can't really see him. Oh, you kind of can. I was wondering where he was at. He was kind of quiet. Make a wish. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm loving it. I mean, even Aquarius, right? Aquarius rules the 11th house, which is also the house of wishes. So I'm just loving this. I'm really loving this. And especially that today is like Friday. Today's a good day for stuff like that since it's Venus Day and Venus is working with Jupiter. If you didn't do anything like this yesterday on the day that's associated with Jupiter, I would definitely do it today. Maybe even all the way through the weekend. No, why not? Why not? It's time for some wishes. It's time for wishes. I'm just excited to really encourage that. Almost done shuffling. She's a big girl. She takes a little bit. Takes a little time. Okay. All right. Anything else for the collective today? Tell me more about have faith in the 6th house. Tell me more about have faith in the 6th house. So again, this came up in the Island Turtle Duck episode. The importance of mastery of the mind. Maybe that's why Taurus was coming through, because that was really big in Taurus's reading. with the whole mastering your sword, wielding your sword. Just watch the episode if you want to get really down into that. But that's what I'm getting here with the sixth house and have faith. It's really the body, the mind, and the soul having a harmonious relationship between the three. There's an important body-mind connection, but there's also a really important like body-soul connection, or you can even say body-heart connection, and even mind-heart connection or mind-soul connection. All of those are important the way they relate to each other. But that's what I'm getting, this emphasis on what are those connections like for you internally between your mind, your body, and your soul / heart. Whoa. Am I taking this one? Yeah, okay. We have jump in. Oh, I like it. Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. Say yes to change. Yeah, it feels like the channels between, again, the body, mind, and the soul, right, are wanting to be harmonized. They want to be healthy. I'm hearing hearty, and their connection between the three within yourself. It feels almost like, I definitely feel the spiral of energy there. But in exploring, re-solidifying those channels between your mind, your body, and your soul / heart, there's also a cleaning that's happening that I think would pertain a little bit to the soul retrieval energy. In facing fear, oh, the eye. Look at the eye. I never noticed that was basically like a giant eye before. Eyes might be very significant for you. They may be coming up a lot, as are angelic energies probably, or of course Andromeda. It's just an Andromedan card. But that's what I'm getting. Like in facing fear, and some of you will experience that again as the collective fear, not necessarily yours, that will push you into doing some sort of soul retrieval that will solidify, re-solidify the open channels and strengthen them between your mind, your body, and your soul / heart. Okay? Yeah. Crazy. Okay. All right, let's get back into Aquarius with slow down and accept diversity, understanding the parameters of the bandwidth, right, of coexistence. Oh, snake. Snakes might have been coming up for you guys as well. Shed old skin. Yeah, they just keep bringing up the parameters, testing the limits of the parameters. It's like they're almost showing it to me like they're elastic. Why does that remind me of the terrible twos? And that's the thing too, when we're getting to like learn about people or like, you know, try to gauge like where a relationship is at or what have you, but more so in the beginning when you're really getting to know somebody, there is a little bit of testing the parameters because that's how you know, right? That's how you discover, that's how you find out. I can meet this person here, I can meet this person there, I can go there with this person, and that's okay too, because it's just a respectful thing. But I keep feeling that, like testing the elasticity of the bandwidth parameters of coexistence, where other people are concerned. But with snake coming through here, it really is indicating the shift with that, the shift in your perception of that, your ability to do that. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's also coinciding with like literal releasing and shedding, right? Of what has ever kept some pieces of us kind of frozen in time and space, and that soul retrieval energy that I keep talking about that's prohibited us from being able to do this at all. Yeah, so however you're experiencing the shedding could be in many different ways, okay? Anything else? I'm also getting like a really nice creative energy off the snake too. And that's the playful component. That's the playful component. There is probably more playfulness, maybe even sensual energy. Get feeling Taurus again there. Sexual energy that has been coming up and out. That feels slow though. That doesn't feel like, ooh, like 0 to 180. It doesn't feel very fast. It feels just like a very slow, natural emergence, but it's like your own energy. It's your own sensuality, your own creative energy, your own ability to be playful, have fun, with testing the elasticity of these boundaries. But I think that's going to spill over into this as well, right? With the making a wish, the emergence of new things that you want to do, just emergence of new energy of self. Can I get one more, please? Not taking those. Like I said, she's a big girl. Okay, one more. Okay. Air Guardian. Yeah, shift your perception. Not surprised that's out here. That's pretty much on theme, right, with everything that we're talking about. Because I really feel like there's a new ability to do this. Why do her wings look different? Her wings are sticking out to me. So she is an air guardian. Not surprised she has wings, but I don't remember them looking like that. I don't remember them looking like that. They look very crow-like. Again, so just another animal that some of you could be connecting with or having a lot of synchronicities with, like crow or raven. It has been coming up in the collective readings quite a bit. Yeah. Anyway, just it stuck out. I just had to mention it. But anyway, a new ability to test these parameters, test these boundaries, find the elasticity, right? In that, with your experiences with people, it's very clearly there. All right. Yes, this is a collective read. All right. First house with new idea, the blossoming. Let's see. What? I swear cards are just like flying out of my hands these days. Okay, come on, calm down, calm down, calm down. All right, tell me about new idea with first house. Some of you could suddenly be wanting a very different environment. That's coming through very clearly too. Like maybe you really love quiet and nature and suddenly you're like, I need to be in the city, you know, or maybe you're more of a night owl and suddenly the second the sun goes down, you're really tired and you just want to be out all day. Like there's something about a shift in what you enjoy in your environment that's coming as a result of this as well. That's not for all of you, but I'm definitely getting that for some of you. Hold on a second. Ooh. Warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. I feel like this is literally just about the Island Troll Talk episode that I did. So spiritual warfare was something I talked about in that episode. And with the warrior card coming out, I feel like it's emphasizing that. I'm not talking about spiritual warfare in the way that maybe you would think. I'm thinking about it more as an internal experience. The way we wage war on ourselves spiritually. And that does coincide with some of that soul retrieval stuff I was mentioning before, where these pieces of self, I was really reading it as pieces of love, because that's what it is, those pieces of ourselves, right? Frozen and stuck in this like moment of time and space, reliving things, and you being in the present and still reliving some of those moments. And that does create a spiritual warfare between the past self and the present self. And to an extent, depending on how extreme that is or how someone's experiencing that, can really cause a lot of confusion within the soul as well, of what's real, what's not, what's happening, what's not, where am I going from, and to, what? Like, you know, and I think a lot of us have experienced waves of that because of this new sensitivity of the collective's awareness and how that affects people who are already sensitive. Right? So just that was what the whole episode's about. And that's what I'm getting here with the warrior card, where to allow this emergence, right? To allow yourself to even want to wish again, or maybe even reclaim a wish, there needs to be this confrontation of these pieces of self, right? And not in a way where you're raging war. I think we really have the wrong idea about war. I feel like I could do a whole video on that. I think we just associate the word war with like unnecessary violence and carnage. And it's like, that is how it has manifested in our reality in the past, but that's not what war is, right? That's not what war is. War is a hunt, is what it is. War is a hunt to seek out and discover and neutralize detrimental threats. That's what war is. The way we've experienced it in our history is one expression of it, which obviously has had really horrible consequences. I'm not an advocate of war. I'm just stating there's a different way of looking at war in a way we've never experienced before. But that's what this is, to be in that warrior state with yourself is to have a fearless bravery and compassion to confront these pieces of self, right? That's all it is. It's to hunt and seek out these pieces of self and neutralize the threat around that, neutralize the imbalance around that, which is really, honestly, to like thaw out the pieces of you in that moment in time is to really meet yourself with compassion and love, is what it is, right? It's to tell that piece of yourself, that version of yourself, everything truly is okay, and this moment of horror is over, whatever that moment is that you are reliving, and it allows you to reclaim that, right? But you do that through the heart. You do that with compassion. You don't do it by being aggressive. And that is just a different experience of waging war and dealing with war within yourself. So, I know a lot was being said there. Some of you have been dealing with some internal spiritual warfare between you and yourself. Some of you, I almost want to say, actually need to wage war a little bit internally. I know how that sounds, and I know the programming is probably like, don't like hearing that. Try to keep your minds open for those who are having that experience. If I'm triggering you, just allow yourself to be open to this idea. You don't have to agree with it. I'm just encouraging you to be open to looking at things a little differently, okay? For those who may need to wage war on yourself, it's more about getting into that state of hunter, okay? Hunt down your fears. Hunt down your fears so you can look at them. You can unmask them for what they are. You can meet that version of you that's scared or sad or hurt or whatever with compassion, with soothing, right? And then that is when you move from fear to fearless, right? To fearless. That is also a way you wage war on yourself in a way that is healthier, right? Because you're doing it for yourself, on behalf of yourself. Anyway, I get into a whole philosophy on that. But yeah, in doing this, there is a reclamation of power, but it also brings about this like ease with your own strength. I know we also tend to equate strength with strength. That's not all strength is either. There's just another lens of looking at things. I think strength, another way you can look at it, is how much ease one can experience with all that can happen in life. Like looking at strength as a manifestation of experiencing ease. That's strength too, in my opinion. Don't gotta agree with me. It's just the way I'm looking at things right now. Anyway, could talk forever. Let's put this down. Let's put that down now. Yeah, that needed to be put down. When I channel, it's like, especially when I pick up cards, it just opens up a lot sometimes. But I think you understand what's going on here with this message. I know like we were speaking in a lot of different layers and a lot of different parts, but this is just the way that I channel. It's just the way that things come through for me. I feel like a lot of the way I work is in that movement of energy, which is the spiral. And so I've noticed too, like the way that cards want to be laid on the table, like I can almost feel like the timeline of things, and it's like it's always in a spiral. Always in a spiral. So if you get a little confused at the beginning of my videos, just hang in there like throughout, because you might be surprised at how full circle it might come for you of whatever it's bringing up for you personally. I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there. Yeah. I'm feeling if we even need to do groups. I really don't feel like we do, but I do want to bring some of the animals out here to kind of bring things down a little bit. Dimensionally, I feel very up right now, dimensionally speaking. But yeah, let's get some animals out here. I knew change was upon us and started channeling for us more. It's been a weird year. Yeah, I'm with you. It's been a weird year. It's been a weird year. And I feel like, we're in the breath before the next dynamic period. I know a lot of people are really pushing the whole shit's about to get crazy. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. I kind of want to roll my eyes at that. We should all be able to believe whatever we want to believe. I think we're moving into a really incredible time. When I use the word dynamic, for those who are unfamiliar, all that means is a lot of activity. That's all that word means, dynamic. It just means a lot of activity, a lot's going on. It doesn't have to be bad. But I think that's down to perception, right? Personal choices and what have you. Um, I'm excited for what's to come. I am. I feel good about what's to come. But I think people will experience different things based off what they want to believe. So, to each their own. And I'm not going to say like you think utopia is going to happen and so therefore utopia will happen. That's not what I'm saying, right? It's not what I'm saying at all. I think just depending on your perception of life, how you navigate life, how you've learned to find that strength, right? I think will dictate how you feel in relation to what may happen. So that's all. Yeah, I've been in that state. Anyway. All right, any other messages or insights for the collective here? Owl. We love the owl. Oh, someone sent me a super chat. I just noticed. I'm sorry if I missed. Oh, you literally just sent it. Okay, thank you, Chaz. I was like, no. I feel bad when I miss out on that because I do like to give thanks for people when they do that. So thank you, Chaz. Appreciate you. Okay, owl. Owl is very high priestess like, as we know. She's very intuitive. She's very psychic. She sees things in the dark, right? It's very much a divine feminine sort of energy. But normally this card also comes out when good things are on the horizon, which we kind of already knew was happening, right? Yeah, which we kind of already knew was happening with all of this. I'm getting that Queen of Swords vibe here too. This is totally about the sword energy that I keep referencing but not going into deep explanation about. Again, it's going to come up in the Island Trail Talk episode. So when I post on YouTube and you're curious about that, go ahead and take a peek. But anyway, I am getting that. The power of mastering and wielding your sword, your truth, your light, your discernment, your wisdom, etc. And how gracefully you can discern illusion from truth and what have you, but that comes from holding your center, and how important it is to maintain that as you also are clearing your channels between your body, your mind, and your soul, right? Right. All right, let's get into the middle. There's a lot going on here in this middle. Yeah. Okay, Buffalo, Tower energy. Buffalo is about getting through changes with ease and grace, and I'm feeling that emphasis on strength here, right? A different way of experiencing strength is experiencing it through an experience of ease is an indication of where you're at in your own personal strength, right? To navigate, experience, and flow with any sort of chaos and changes that happen. That is strength. It's not a forceful thing. A lot of you have definitely learned to stop forcing, to stop pushing. That's a big part of the energy right now too, is like a lot of people need to learn to stop pushing and stop forcing the natural flow of things, the natural order of things, the way things want to naturally play out and happen. And that's really being emphasized here. Mars retrograde will also help with that. Okay, will definitely help with that. We're not in the pre-shadow yet. I think the pre-shadow starts October 4th, and I will be doing a part 2 definitely by that time, to at least talk about the first phase of the retrograde. But I just wanted to be referenced here. But anyway, so buffalo, the strength of the buffalo, the wisdom of the buffalo coming through here. Some of you have a better understanding of your role too that's coming up. Role in friends, in family, at work, just the word role is coming through. So whatever that means to you, you would know personally, but there's definitely a better understanding of what role you even want to take on or want to embody within yourself or identify with. Some of you that has really shifted, okay? Camel. He's been lurking around for a while. The camel's definitely been lurking in and out of the collective readings for quite a bit. Camel is a bit of a survival energy, but it is also a graceful one, where the camel's really resourceful. The camel can get through really hard times and just do so very easily, very similar to the buffalo, but the camel kind of requires planning to make that happen, while the buffalo just innately does it. Why is camel here? I feel like there's some sort of mundane energy with the camel. Mundane energy of life, mundane, like just mundane autopilot, 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 autopilot. If any of you have felt like you've been in autopilot, or you've been in a rut, or you've just been like going through the motions, whether it's at work, in your routines, maybe with your workouts, maybe with certain friends or certain dynamics, whatever, however you have been autopiloting, I think that's getting broken. I don't know another way to say that. I feel like that's breaking. I feel like something is snapping you out of autopilot, which I think you've been needing. That's so interesting, the way that's like being shown to me. Yeah, it's snapping out of autopilot. Snapping out of autopilot, snapping out of autopilot. For those who've been struggling with autopilot, there is also a lack of motivation to even connect to the present moment. Maybe because you are bored, just being straight up, maybe you're bored. Maybe you just know something is done. Maybe you just know you're not supposed to be engaging in a certain environment, circumstance, relationship, hobby, whatever, but you're doing it anyway. Something is snapping you out. Is this external or internal? The clue is in the moments. They're bringing me back to the slow down card. The clue, the key to snapping out of that is in the present moments, the joyful moments, the exciting moments. The more you allow yourself to do things that are outside of your norm, or the more you allow yourself to just purely enjoy, the easier it's going to be to snap out of autopilot in whatever way you've been autopiloting. Can I get one more, please? Oh, this card really wants to come out, but I don't, yeah, hyena. Yeah, that's what I thought. The autopilot with hyena, to me, that screams distraction, avoidance, comfort zone, but like detrimental comfort zone. Hyena, for those who are unfamiliar, is my Seven of Swords card. It's a masking energy. It's laughing when you're actually really sad, right? This does feel like just being trapped in a comfort zone, trapped in familiarity, trapped in your go-tos of how you handle things, navigate things. But it is time for a shakeup. It is definitely time for a shakeup. I feel like also whatever's been enabling this comfort zone, there may be some fear there. There may be a little bit of a fear of whatever it would mean or imply to leave that comfort zone, or that normal way that you deal with people, deal with life, however it comes up for you. Yes, some of you, that's not all of you, I want to make that clear. Like there's definitely a group of you where there's some sort of fear that's keeping you in the comfort zone. All right, moving on. Let's get back to the blooming and the blossoming. Okay. Even the coloring of all the animal cards that came out, very black and white. Very black and white. Wow. I feel like there's so many things to say here. Black egg, throat chakra, sound, communication, speaking on what hasn't been spoken, trying to break out of a stagnancy or a stuckness or even autopilot. And dragon. Dragon is solar plexus energy. Dragon's also just, dragon. This card also speaks to seeing beyond the ego, seeing the truth there. Some of you, this is about letting your dragon break out. I also spoke about this on the episode. Yeah, I'm definitely going to post it. So that fear, remember what I was talking about, war and hunting down fear, right? To become fearless. When we hunt down our fears, not only do we become fearless by dealing with those fears that we're hunting down within ourselves, we also find our desire. they're kind of two sides of the same coin. A lot of people say fear and love, and that's not exactly wrong, right? I think there's a lot of validity to like looking at that polarity as fear and love, but fear and desire is also definitely a thing. And I'm getting that here too. I am getting, for some of you, you have been training your dragon, which has definitely been part of the collective energy. However you want to interpret that. That could be about working with your primal self, your desires, your sexual energy. That could even be about working with your shadow, working with the pieces of you that want to protect you, or even just working with straight up dragons, right? I know who I talk to. You all know your lives. I'm just picking it up and putting it down. Anyway, seeing your fears for what they are, that's mostly what I'm getting here. And it is allowing for a blooming, a blossoming, an emergence to happen that couldn't have taken place otherwise. You're giving yourself that room to blossom up and out in some really amazing way that you had a lot of fear around before. Or there was a lot of fear constricting your ability to do that before. And for some of you, there is also a reclaiming of your ability to hope, to wish, and reclaiming some of your desires too. My nose gets really itchy when I channel. I also just cut my hair yesterday. And I cut it dry because I got curly hair, I have to, but I haven't washed it yet. So I definitely probably have like little hairs everywhere. They're just making me itchy. So sorry, it's just very distracting. Anyway, so definitely getting that. Some of you, this is about using your voice, exercising your voice in a way where it's coming from a very confident, self-assured way where you feel very safe within yourself. Some of you, that's been a huge theme or pattern for you for a long time. And I can see that emergence of your voice here. Okay. The eyes though, man, the eyes keep standing out. Again, if you work with angelics, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just confirmation of that. Or if, like, just symbology of the eye has been coming up a lot. Eye is really good for protection. It's also a symbol associated with psychic energy and angelics, like I said before. But it's just the eyes are really standing out here. So I just wanted to emphasize that. Okay. Okay. I don't know if there needs to be much else. Let's do a little tarot and then we'll close this out. Why not? Just a little tarot. A little here and there. Okay. Any final messages for the collective? Oh, Hermit and the Five of Cups. So the Hermit always seeks the star, seeks the light, seeks the truth, or wishes. You can even look at it that way. Wish upon a star, just saying. But the Hermit is definitely journeying, seeking out truth, illumination, balance, recovery even. That's just what the Hermit does. And shedding light on the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, I feel like, is just really representing all the stuff we've been talking about. Hunting down your fears, hunting down these frozen pieces of yourself that are trapped or frozen, stuck in moments in time and space where you were fearful, you were scared, you were traumatized, something horrible happened, right? That's what I feel like this is. It's literally just hunting down the Five of Cups within yourself to reclaim that piece of self. Also discerning other people's Five of Cups energy from yours. It's also very much there. Anything else? As you also clean the channels between the body, mind, and soul. Seven of Wands. Ooh, that feels like resistance. Like I needed to clear my throat for that. That feels like resistance. Okay. You may rub up against some fears where maybe you have an extreme reaction. Seven of Wands is not always resistance. Seven of Wands is also bravery and courage and like standing your ground. But I feel like this is the internal spiritual warfare I was talking about, where there's a little bit of like waging war with yourself. Yeah. I feel like in terms of the autopilot, I think this is what might be coming up here. Anything you have a hard no to, you probably have a reason for having a hard no to being in a certain place, doing something, letting go of something, right? Breaking the autopilot, breaking the comfort zone is really where I'm feeling this. So, again, whatever strong reactions you're having, I would just explore that. If you want, probably not a terrible thing to do, might be very beneficial to just explore that. Why are you having such a strong reaction? What are you actually feeling behind all of that? Like, I just feel like there's a big driver of some sort of like fear. I just can't get away from that feeling that's keeping you in autopilot, keeping you in comfort zone. And I do feel like you need to wage war with this piece of you in the way that I spoke about before, where you're really just trying to hunt down the fear and deal with the fear. Like, you're not like beating yourself up. That's not what waging war with yourself means here. That's not how I'm using it. I'm using it as use your hunting or your instincts to go after the fear with compassion and with awareness and discernment, right? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling there. Anything else? Any other messages or insights? Ooh, we got a lot. Oh my God. Again, they can't stay in my hands. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Strength against the Seven of Wands. That's pretty badass in the context of this reading. Strength, as that word keeps coming up here too, right? Like I said, strength, I feel like actually is really manifesting here as ease, not a force. Not a force. Even when you're getting into the warrior part of you to hunt down your fears, it's a hunt. It's not, I'm going to beat myself up. I'm going to restrain myself. I'm going to push that aside. That's not what I'm saying. It's a very sly sort of hunting that's happening, right? But it is to find your strength. It is to reclaim strength. It is also to meet that fearful piece of you, which is coming through as the beast, the lion here. Hold on, let me fix the chat. Okay, there we go. Sometimes the chat freezes up. Anyway, it's to get into that place with that piece of you, right? And she's not beating him up. She is using her hands, but she is the empress. She is also a magician. She is also angelic. She's also very feminine. She's also very compassionate. So it is, yes, to wage war with yourself, but it's really to just meet yourself in this kind of state, right? And then we get judgment with chariot. Love it. Just love it. That to me says triumph. That says movement. That says elevation. Progression. The progression word is coming through. Judgment is implying some more angelic energy is behind this, and also that there is this push of the soul, this call of the soul to move into this state of progression, right? Just awesome, just beautiful. Also, the chariot does also coincide with the Merkaba, like the chariot, right? Chariot of ascension. So some of you could be experiencing certain things like that, but the angelic energies are just all over the reads today. Yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing. I don't think anything else needs to be said. Again, I think it's very clear. But I am going to hop off now. I've been on here for a bit. And again, I don't think anything new is going to come through, and I don't want to beat a dead horse. But thank you guys for coming out. Don't forget to like the video on your way out. I would greatly appreciate it. Other people would greatly appreciate it as well. And thank you again, Chaz, for the super chat. That was very, very sweet of you. So thank you. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Oh, hey, I'm going to be live tomorrow, by the way. I keep forgetting to make that live. I'm going to be live tomorrow on Patreon to talk about the full moon Pisces eclipse. Yeah. So for my patrons who are here, or if you want to check it out, go check it out. Anything else? No, I think that is it. All right, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.